Hi everybody, Mark Michaels here with PHC, and we're joined today with the Junior President from the NYCHA, Miss Sara Hollar. Welcome.
Thank you, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great. So we thought we'd talk a little bit about the Youth Week coming up. We've got so many activities. We've got the Youth World Finals coming up, which is a huge deal at the NYCHA Summer Spectacular. The place basically gets invaded with kids for about 4 days,
Yes,
or maybe a little bit longer. And it's a great way to wrap up what's been a grueling year for you guys, hauling and traveling.
Yes, sir.
So let's just dig into that a little bit. What goes into hauling like for a year with the kids? I mean, obviously there's a lot of different places you've got to go.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's so much. I mean, you start off the year leaving here from Summer Cutting Spectacular to hitting weekend shows, and then we get to the start of the new year for the adults and stuff, which is January. And I mean, you have Houston Rodeo, Eastern Nationals, and those are two of your bigger shows where you can catch points, and then just go into weekends.
And there's, like you mentioned, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and then there's San Antonio. There's several other ones that have big scholarship opportunities there as well.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about what are some of the things that kind of stand out about hauling. Like, what's the fun part about doing all that?
Getting to go every weekend. I mean, it's so much fun, and like getting to go to different places too. I mean, like this past year we started having those Lufkin shows and stuff, and getting to go out there, a new place to be, it's lots of fun. And I mean, there's so much that goes into it that's really enjoying.
Yeah, and
yes.
The people you get to meet, I'm sure you make a lot of friends on the road.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about the horses you guys get to ride? I mean, some of you are riding, like you're trying to start out with the main horse, or you have 2 or 3 horses that you guys are riding, but then come these bigger cuttings, these scholarships, and these bigger shows where you can earn more points, and all of a sudden we're seeing you guys mounted on some pretty high-powered horses. What's that like?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, going from like your usual little weekend horse that you can go in there and mark a 72 if the run goes your way, but then getting offered some amazing horses, and then not knowing what could happen whenever you walk into the arena in the Watt.
Yeah, you're literally catch riding and just having the time of your life, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about right now. We've got the high school rodeo going on, the finals up there. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, sir. So we had 4 kids from the girls' cutting and 4 kids from the boys' cutting go to Texas. That was Logan Harlan, Dakota West, Peyton Bray, Ruff Graham for the boys, and then the girls, Maddie Coberly, Haley King, Presley Green, and Taylor Budge. And they're all out there right now. Presley's had some pretty good success out there. She won the first round of the girls' cutting, and then I'm pretty sure our 12th place in Senior World Finals, Cody Gann, won the boys' cutting in the first go-round. And they're out there having the time of their lives and stuff. So
yeah, I've seen pictures of it, some Snapchats and things, and it's a pretty wild time out there.
Oh yeah, they're having the time of their lives.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously there's kids from all over the country. There's names there that I've never heard or seen at the cuttings around here, or some of the cuttings we've been to. But these are kids that are, they're showing predominantly in the high school rodeo side of things, so they may not necessarily show a whole lot at the cuttings.
Yes, sir. And like going to my Prefect Junior Elite Roundup, I mean, a lot of those kids, they cut and stuff, but they only cut for like the high school rodeo points and the all around and everything. And
yeah,
it's pretty interesting to see that kids don't know really anything about it and are just doing it for the points. And
yeah, and it's a great way for them to get introduced into the sport and get to hang out with you guys that are doing a little bit more, and the higher level horses and the cuttings that you guys are doing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about what's coming up next week.
Starts off Monday with we have registration, and then Monday night we have Family Fun Night, which will be in the Watt at, I believe, 5 p.m. We'll start in there. And then Tuesday will be Life After the Arena, which is presented by the NYCHA Foundation. It's something that they've started after, brought it to after Prefert. At those roundups, you sit in there at their facility for 3 days, and I mean, you have some of the best come in and talk to you and stuff. And the foundation went and experienced that, and we've mirrored it after that. So that'll be Tuesday, and then Wednesday really starts all of the fun. We have our governance meetings that say, hey, this is what we're doing, be careful, have fun. And then the election starts then, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're cutting.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's there's a lot going on. Obviously, there's a lot of fun stuff, but then there's also the serious side of things. You just brought up. I mean, governance. What kids are talking about governance these days? But you guys, I mean, you've got elections, you've got committees, you've got presidents and vice presidents. You're up for VP elect, or you're in for the senior vice president, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So so there's a lot going on there, you know, for the whole structure of the NYCHA, and I think that's important to note is that you kids are very involved with the whole youth side. It's not just kind of run by all the adults and you just show up and cut. I mean, you guys are very involved.
Yes, sir, and that's one thing that I want, like, all the kids need to be getting involved. I mean, whether it's an area director position, which is one of the lower positions, or if you want to be junior president, kids need to go do it. It looks good on a resume. I mean, I've had the time of my life doing it the past couple of years, and I get the kids who just want to go and cut and have fun and everything, but whenever you truly get involved, that's where I found the most fun, fundraising and getting to meet people, and I mean, it's so much fun.
Well, and you're rewarded with that, with the leap points, with how that's structured, and that's
Yes,
kind
sir.
of a cool thing. I mean, I never showed as a youth, so I don't know about any of that stuff, but I've heard about it, and it's a great, I mean, talk about some of that. What are some of the things involved with the leap points?
With the leap, I mean, you can be, so it starts off at 1,000 points, that's when you get an award. You don't have to show, you don't even have to show to reach that 1,000-point marker. I mean, it's like going to the family fun night or attending the Eastern Nationals meetings, or like, oh, you went and gave out some fundraising tickets at your local like high school. I mean,
Yeah.
any way you're doing something to help the community, you get points for that. And then let's say you're showing, I mean, you can get up to 15,000 points like Breonna Collier and Faith Ferris have.
Yeah.
And it's just from showing and being involved in your community, whether it's with horses and cutting or not.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Talk about some of the speakers that come in. You mentioned it earlier. They come and talk to you guys, and there's some motivational stuff there and things. What do you learn from some of that?
Last year we had Miss Sarah, who's a part of Prefert. She came out and talked to us about like their social media like platform and stuff, and what to post and what not to post, and like, oh, let's say you want to go be a trainer one day. Well, you don't want to post this video of this like horse bucking you off or something, and but then you don't want to always focus on the good. Let's say, oh, you went and had this bad run. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't. I made it to the semifinals. It didn't go the way I planned, but I was grateful for the experience and the help that I've had. And then we had Brad from Rafter P. He came out and talked to us about how he got started and everything, and how he's involved in the cutting, but not a cutter.
Right.
Yes, sir. And then Stoney LaRue came out and played and did the night off and everything. And this year, they don't tell you who the speakers are, and that's probably my like favorite thing about it. It's always a surprise.
You never know who's going to be there talking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's cool. All right, and then so after all that's done, on Thursday we start the World Finals first go-around.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about some of the players that we have there. Who are some of the top contenders in that?
Junior World Finals, your top 5 are Georgia Hoffman leading it, Tucker Harrison, Joe Thomas Pounds, Ryder Flynn, and Turner Pierce. It looks like Georgia has her spot practically secured unless Tucker just goes out there and has an amazing scholarship.
Which can always happen.
Oh,
but you
it's
never
always
know.
possible.
Yeah.
And then from there, Tucker and Georgia look pretty secured in their spots, but that run for third place, that's a 7-point difference between Turner and Joe, with Ryder only a 1-point difference between Joe. So that third place spot is going to be switching a lot.
Yeah.
Then Saylor Snyder, she's sitting 6th with 42 points, and she's our Rookie of the Year this year.
Really?
So, and then it's looking like she starts at 6th place position, and where it's not going to change any much for 5th through 6th. But I mean, it's really tight whenever you get down to look at it.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
And are these guys going to be showing some of the horses that they've been showing all year, or you think they're going to be kind of jumping on some higher powered?
I think for
Start.
the scholarship, my whole deal is in the World Finals, ride the horse that brought you there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's always like it can change, and I bet like some of them pop out on some pretty strong horses in the scholarship just so that they can maybe catch that 10 points that's available to move up forward.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Senior World Finals.
Senior World Finals, we've had the champion for a while now, Riley Ferris.
Yeah.
I mean, she's had a phenomenal year. She's gone out, won Eastern Nationals, won Houston back-to-back. I mean, she's shown 3 horses this year, and I mean, it's been solid everywhere she's been.
Yeah.
Then behind her is Caden Kupke with 138 points, and she showed 1 horse all year long, which
Yeah.
is that Howling Like a Cat, and she's, I mean, done phenomenal. So we practically have our champion and reserve champion both in the senior and junior practically figured out.
Right.
And then from there it gets pretty tight with Logan Harlan, Breonna Collier, and Ashton Brown with a point difference of, I think, like 14.
Okay.
And they're pretty tight in there. And then once you get to that bottom, like that 10th through 15th, it's real tight for them. It's
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see all the place changement throughout the show.
Yeah. Well, there's so much that can happen here, and
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we see it in the World Finals in December here with the other NCHA with the main classes. I mean, there's so much jockeying for position, and you know, highs and lows, they come pretty quick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we've got the go-rounds on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got the scholarship cutting. Let's talk about the scholarship cutting a little bit. How is that different, and what's involved there?
It's a lot more kids. I mean, like, that's probably one of the my personal most stressful cuttings, because I mean, it's you and, like, for the senior of this year, I think it's like 76 other kids.
Really?
And there's so much that can happen. And like, I drew last horse last set, so I end the scholarship cutting off.
You hadn't turned the lights off when you're done.
Oh yeah, I turn the lights off and we leave. So it's going to be interesting to like see and stuff, and like drawing last, I'm a little bit appreciative for it, because I mean, you can watch everything change.
Yeah.
You can watch, let's say, Riley Ferris drew first. Like, I don't even know what she drew, but
yeah.
let's say she goes out there and marks a 222. But the next thing you know, our champion from last year, Reese Collins, goes out there and marks a 26.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to be changed. And you think, oh, I have my spot secured, and that bubble changes, or there's some type of change, and it's crazy. Especially like in the senior with how tough it can get. I mean, there's some kids that are mounted this year. Like, I'm pretty sure Maddie Coberly is showing Check Your Medal, owned by Stuart Bozeman.
Really?
And then talking to Tristan Crow earlier today, he's showing Pern Like a Smooth Cat again, which was a good matchup a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, I've got some great memories from it. I mean, Taryn showing me the broken foot there, a broken leg there.
Yes.
We had Lane Cooper set the high score in the arena there. I mean, it's unbelievable, the cutting that goes on there. And I think the coolest thing too is that we see kids that maybe normally don't cut or don't show a whole lot that come to this, you know, just for a chance at a scholarship and do that. So it really opens it up.
Oh yeah, and like whenever there is a scholarship opportunity, it draws a bigger crowd, I personally think, because I mean, there's kids that want to go be a vet, but let's say they don't have all the money to go to vet school and stuff. And the scholarships that the foundation and everybody puts up for these kids, it's incredible that they want to help the kids out that much, and the kids have the opportunity to win that much money just to go to college. Yeah, yeah.
No, it is truly an amazing opportunity for kids who want to kind of learn more about cutting or come and try to help with their schooling, with their college. I mean, there's a lot of money up for grabs, you know, that you can make within these scholarship cuttings to help you later on down the road when you get to that college stage and do that. So, and then of course you've got the grand entry. Let's talk about that. How fun is that every year?
It's so much fun. I mean, like, and what y'all don't see behind the scenes is so much
There's
fun.
a reason we don't see it behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. Like if we had like a camera down there video, it's so much fun. A little bit stressful because I mean, get the carpet out there, pull the carpet back out, let them drag again, bring the cows in, and like in that 20 minutes that we do grand entry and everything, it is wild.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so much fun. I mean, like you have the girls going down there like cartwheeling, and then Tucker Harrison in a sport coat and everything. I mean, it's just so much fun. Yeah,
no, for sure. Well, it's going to be an exciting week. We're looking forward to having all the kids come down here to Fort Worth, and I've seen some vendors kind of child-proofing their booths a little bit this week already. So it's going to be an influx of kids all around here. But it really is a fun time, and it's so great for these kids to be able to come here and experience all that and come hang around with, you know, you can see the older kids mentoring the younger kids here all the time. They're hanging out together, they're doing stuff together, and there's just a lot of good things going on.
Yes,
well, Sarah, wishing you all the best with your election coming up. Hopefully that works out for you. And if you want to talk to Sarah more about what's going on with the NYCHA, stop by the Sombrero booth. She basically runs that booth. Mark Hollar's just there to kind of shape and do some of the background stuff. But Sarah's the true salesman over there. You got quite a career going over there already.
Thank you, Mark.
And just come on by. Well, good luck at next week with all the kids and the World Finals and Scholarship Cutting. Be sure to check it out. Where can people go to find out more?
NYCHA's website, the NCHA website, or CHC.
CHC Live Scoring. We'll have all the action there. Thanks, Sarah.
Perfect. Thank you, Mark.